Yes, so good day and welcome once again to the talk. It's always a pleasure being here, meaning that I'm always happy to be here. But anyway, let's kick it off one time. So today, while doing some chores, my people, I was listening to a video. Actually listening because I was watching what I was doing, and actually, the video was about this guy who was trying to educate some so-called Christian African people, trying to convince them that the son of the Most High, Yahushua HaMashiach, was black. And they actually are doubting that he is black. They think that he is white. They also think that the people who are living in Israel currently are the true people of the book, the chosen people, the original Israelites and everything. And they are adamant it is so. Okay? Now, while I was listening, I realized that these people are totally like brainwashed in that sense. Like most of us, you know, some time ago, until we get to realize there is something different about us. But then it seems as though that it is getting increasingly harder for people who heart are closed to the truth for it to open to any kind of truth. Anyway, the guy asked a question, and when he asked this question, I realized what actually happened, and I could equate that to everything that happened in Africa in relation to the brainwashing of the people in Africa. So the guy asked him who was his pastor, and he said his pastor was a Jew. So the pastor was a white Jew. A white Jew who came down there and brainwashing these people that Yahushua, or the son of or Elohim, is white. And no matter what, you have to accept it. Okay? And I start thinking that when they brought us over here in slavery, they made sure that they went back into the homeland. Okay? Back into the homeland and try their best to sweep it clean, to brainwash the people. So even if people like some of us who are of a different generation, because after we spent 300-400 years, we would not be too familiar with our culture as it originally was when our ancestors were back in the homeland. So they educate us on Christianity, so that if you go back into Africa at any point, then you would run into Christianity again. So you may not have a choice but to accept it. But as usual, Satan always fails. Now, it's people like us who were born into slavery and who the Most High actually reached out to. Okay? We'll have to go and re-educate those people again. It's the truth. Now, I am saying lend an ear. I'm saying We just speaking general and we speaking truth. We have to study the truth. I see the same guy spoke to people who are confused in Africa there about who they are. You know, because the people scatter so much. They give them different stories, different reasoning of who they are. They are confused. So what they do, they just let it be. And it's a sad case. But then as the scripture asks, who spoil you? Yes, they spoiled us. Now, I'll be watching all things like, I'll be watching everything. TikTok, name it, everything. Reels, YouTube videos, everything. Why do I do that? I do that because I will get a clear understanding of the people who live around the world and what they do. I don't have the resources to go see them in person. So I watch things, I read about them, and I get a full understanding. Maybe the understanding I get of them is more than even the people that is living in those areas. But anyway, with that being said, I will say this. That I realize that we as a people, we are actually as a mockery on the face of the earth. Is the truth? We are walking around with names, promoting names that is not ours. Okay? People are rating Africa, Africa, Africa. Truth of the matter is, the land where you call Africa, its name was never Africa. You see, it's the heathens that give the countries that names, and we are shouting it in praise every day. You see, I need us to get vexed. Yes, vexed and upset and angry. That is what I need our people to do. Not to go out and chop people head off and burn down the plantation, no. But we have to get angry because of what has been done to us and what is still being done to us, and we are accepting it like every day. Okay, there is a lot of us who live in and who die not having a clue that you've been living a lie. That is sad. As I would say, if you know your man, you know who is your man, go find him. Okay? So I am saying here that with all this information out here right now, we must be able to put 2 and 2 together. You understand? Because no matter what or how they distort the truth, they can't hide the truth. Okay? Now, the names we like to make proud. That is not ours. The names they give our islands where they put us to live, the names they give our homeland, after splitting it up and cutting out portions and portions, you know, this portion we call it that. That is for their people, not for us. We're supposed to change back all these things. So I need us to get angry and change up all these things. Now, we have names that they give us in slavery. A whole pile of names in slavery that doesn't belong to us, and even up to today we're still running around with it and feeling proud about it. That is equivalent to worshiping false deities. So we're running around with it and we're happy about it because we're so proud of it, you know, because White people give us that. And we going around the earth foolish, thinking that that's the right thing to do. But I will tell you this. I do believe that it is written in our DNA what the truth is. How I know that? I'll tell you. Especially in pertaining to the names that they give us, those devilish names they give us. I think we are the only people on the earth. That is what I just think, because to tell you the truth, I haven't thought about much races that do that, give their children nicknames. People in our community, the way they give each other's nicknames. You know why? That is a rebellion without you even being aware of it. That is a rebellion. You see, the truth of the matter is deep within us, we do not want these names. But then the fact that we are not conscious about it in that sense, it's pulling us apart. So hence the reason you'll find that we are messed up, because we don't want those names. Okay, think about our Calypsonians, because I'm talking about especially the people who were in slavery, the Calypsonians. Few Calypsonians sing calypso. Few Calypsonians sing calypso with their slave names. They always have some kind of sobriquet. I think that's the right word. So they will call themselves Mighty Sparrow. They will call themselves Mighty this, Mighty that, the Roaring Lion, all this kind of thing. So most of the time, people will listen a Calypsonian for 10 years and never know his real slave name. They only know him by his sobriquet, the way they call him. Scholar, you know, Timpo, Darius, you understand? Ajamu. You understand what I'm saying? They don't even know these people's real name. Why? Because deep within that person's subconscious or conscious subconscious mind, because you see the consciousness coming up, yet you're not actually aware of the consciousness. You don't put in two and two together with that consciousness or that subconsciousness. Now, that might sound kind of crazy, but I understand. I hope you understand what I'm talking about. It's just like you knowing, but you don't know what you know. You understand? So what I'm saying is this, is that you would go through that and you are not aware that you are actually rejecting your slave name, because they gave us that in slavery. So what I'm saying here is that we should get vexed and destroy all these names. Give back those people their names. You understand? And when you give back them the names, according to, let's say, the Mighty Maestro, when we give them back their names, they will then realize that we are serious at last. We're not making joke. But as long as we promoting their names, we promoting it, we basically worship it, we love it, and we holding on to it, and we're not standing up for what we know is the right thing to do, they will always look at us as joke. So I am saying that we should definitely get vexed. The problem that is there within our system, I think they put us there. You see, the thing about that, we have this kind of compassion for our enemies. You see, they built that into us. How did they do that? As a matter of fact, we are always the kind of people who basically are very hospitable to foreigners when they come into our land, when we are back in the homeland. Okay? And that is one of the reasons, you understand, they lick us up sad. They understand us, they know us, they know that we are filled with love, right? And with that, they use that against us. They use our love and our hospitality against us and grab us and put us in slavery and have other people putting us into slavery also. The other way they actually did it is when they put us on the plantation. They put us on the plantation and they have women nursing their children. Come on, if a mother nurse a child, our women is now they make us, some of our women so deadly, they're killing their children without even thinking. They wouldn't kill a white child. They will kill their own children. You understand? But they wouldn't kill a white child. So you find that they have us in such a way that we build up this kind of compassion for them. Like if we are protecting them, it's the same thing the Willie Lynch letter spoke about. You understand? So we are actually protecting them, especially our women, kind of embed it in us. You know, this thing that these people are basically untouchable. You ever wonder why it is so easy for us to kill each other than to kill one of them? It's because it has been embedded in us. So if a mother nursing the children, you're nursing them like a baby, it's like your baby. You wouldn't want to harm them. But then in the process is the same baby that grew and beat you senseless. Tie you up on a tree and beat you. You know, beat your children. You know, throw them to alligators and stuff like that. The same children you nurse. And the fact that that had been going on for so much years makes you develop this protective sense towards these people. You understand? That is what is happening. So now to talk and go against them, most of you find it is hard to do that. You prefer kill your own people. Okay? The truth of the matter is, we have to see that system for what it is. We must look at the system for what it is. As I said, and I always say, you don't go hating people and do stuff. You're just doing what you have to do. And one of the things we have to do is to basically get rid of all these kind of names. You know, even in our country where we live, we have names, French name, Spanish name, English names, all these different kind of names we have. And we don't speak French, we don't even speak good English, much less. But we have all these kind of names. We have to get rid of all these things if we want to be free. We have to take ourselves away from this burden, from this yoke they have upon us. Why is it that every time you turn, you're going to where? St. George's? Who is St. George? Huh? Who is St. Mark? You don't know who is St. Mark. You don't know who is St. Andrew. You don't know who is St. David. What wrong with us? You understand? What wrong with us? Do you know what is a Boucher-Jew? Do you know? Well, come on, man. We don't know. And we don't even need to know. We just know that it has nothing to do with us. They didn't put this name there for us. They put these names for them. So why we have to be upkeeping their tradition and we have to find ours? You think when they say it is Fort George, they say it because they want us to say, okay, well, this is Fort George and we have to go through and study history about that? No. They put it there because of their king and because of the queen and because of the this and that. Why do we have to have Princess Alice Hospital and Princess this, that? Why do we have to have those things? You mean we'll go through all our lives and our children and grandchildren lives slave? Come on. We have to do something about that. We supposed to get real vex and discard all these names and this foolishness in our system, in our community. If we ever want to be ours. You understand? If we want to belong to ourselves, we have to get rid of those things. Because I will tell you something. Most of you may not really get it, but the names that we have on us are like the branding irons they used to place on our people to mark them as their possession, as the slave master's possession, who owns them. So anywhere they go, you have this brand like a cattle, then they know who you are. They know who owns you. We have to get rid of that. Talk to the Most High and he will tell you better. We have to get rid of that. Most people may not like it, but give the people back their names. Let us do that. Let us be that conscious. It is written in our genetic structure to do that. As I mentioned earlier, you could know somebody by a nickname they give themselves, and you don't know them slave names. You understand? Because we always does that. We always give ourselves names. You know? Look at Kirani James. What do they call him? The little jaguar or the panther or something? Yeah. Because it's just like if Kiran, just the name Kirani James is not enough. You know? It's like in our history, they used to give you names to identify you with something in nature, with the Most High. Yeah. You understand? Giving praise to the Most High. Names. That is what our names, original names, usually meant. Not stupid names like Richard and all this nonsense. You understand? So we have to do something about that. And I'm still wondering, why is it that we don't even just have, well, a government who will even suggest that? They're scared. They're weak. You know, they should have a day you call name changing day. So people will go and change their names regardless of what. Change your names. If you want to stay in bondage with your slave names, good luck. But everybody should go change their names. And let us call ourselves names. You understand? That will indicate praises unto the Most High. That will indicate love and harmony and unity. Why do you think we hate each other so much? Because most of the time, the names that we have, every time somebody calls us in those kind of names, what do you think happening? They invoking some kind of spirit in your life, some kind of demon, because you don't know what these things I mean. You don't know what it implies. You understand? So those are the things we should look into at some point. You know, in due course, I will have to get rid of this slave name. There is no two ways about it, you know, and it will be my greatest pleasure to do that, you know, because I find they have done us an injustice. You see, and they do these things because, like the scriptures say, these people, they form a confederate against us. They decide to make us a non-entity. They want to separate us as a nation. They want to make us a no nation people. You understand? Yes, they want us to take the place of wanderings like mad people all over the place. That is why most of them could come and identify themselves and say they are the chosen people and we are Hamites and we are Cuss and Blight. You understand? No, we have to recognize that. Okay, we have to recognize it. We have to know, right? And when we get to know, I hope I don't stray too much, when we get to know who we truly are, then the people who are fake will have to ask for forgiveness, you know. So we have to be aware of those things, you know. We have to know. So I am saying this to say that we have a mission to accomplish. We have a mission to accomplish for our children and our children's children and generations to come. We have to bridge that gap. You understand? We have to return to the old days. That is how we will find peace. The scripture said it. I'm just saying it in my own words. You know, we have to find that way of life of our ancestors. And don't tell me foolishness about in this modern days is not like then. Because the scripture already say that most of you who think you all go forward or they go backward. Even in those kind of computer age and stuff. And those computer age and whatever is happening is not new in the sight of the Most High. As a matter of fact, it is just nonsense in many ways. And it just, in many ways, it just make people worse than how they are. Make you selfish, makes you greedy, make you worshiping idols and a whole lot of different things, because most of us don't know how to just utilize that tool and leave it like that. We have to worship, we have to attach to it, we have to love it up so much, so we gone backward like foolish people. But anyway, that is what I have to say for now on this video. I wish you all the best. I hope that you would listen. Okay, I hope that you would listen, you know. So be at peace, be blessed. That's it for now.